they have an opportunity to invest in a project that has cash flow from the very first day. When I'm asked to join a podcast, oftentimes they have an audience that is either an audience of family offices, it's an audience of investors of some fashion. Oftentimes it's apartment building type investors where they're looking for a different guest to kind of talk on a topic that is similar yet not identical to what they hear all the time. I've been a guest on over 20 podcasts. I have been doing those really to help educate folks that there's another asset class out there that maybe most times when people think about senior living, they really think that they need 100 to 200 bed type project to invest in. And oftentimes you need like 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, 25 million to invest in that. Now, our fund, you really do need that. We only take our minimum investment is about $1 million. We would prefer 5 million. So we will go down to about $1 million, but we are looking for qualified purchasers, folks that can cut a check that is 7 figures, right? We are not looking for everybody. But when I go on these podcasts, I'm really looking to educate and kind of become the expert in the industry where people can hear of it and go, oh, that's a cool concept. That's different than what I've thought of previously. They think of the industry typically as a traditional 100 to 200 bed type building, and they go, I've never heard of that. So this guy's converting single family homes into care for the elderly. Yes, but there's a little caveat to that I'm not converting like a 2,500 foot house into care for 5 people. I realize that there's a business to it. There's a overhead component so I need enough income from each house to justify having to hire experts in the industry. One of the biggest things causing us to open up this fund is our current 5 properties are great, but our overhead for those 5 properties is expensive. So if we're gonna allocate our overhead over 5 houses, that's harder to do than if you have 10 houses or 15 houses or 20. So our fund is actually a vehicle to help us acquire through purchasing, or what they call rolling up properties that are properties that fit what we are looking for. They have the 10 to 20 bed type concept, and they're homes in areas and have a type of home that we would convert anyways. They're out there. Our fund basically is able to go buy them and turn it into this purpose. So what's actually really cool here is we can get there faster by using this fund. And for our folks who are able to invest, they have an opportunity to invest in a project that has cash flow from the very first day. They have a tangible asset early. So I can do quarterly payments. Typically, when I am able to build a property, it doesn't get fully occupied till month 18 to 24. So what that means for the investors is we would do typically annual payments, and typically we don't pay the very first year. So that's a long time. So this is a cool asset class because it has a cash flow piece to it up front. So our fund definitely isn't for everybody, but a thing that's really cool on it is that we get to help current operators that maybe didn't do so good during COVID. We get to kind of go pick them up, and we get to put them into a portfolio that will collectively grow up to 10, 20, 30 homes, where the overhead for each house becomes actually pretty affordable. And what's really cool is when we get the economies of having 30 plus homes, each house paying 10% of the total income into overhead, we'll have advertising budgets of $20, $30, $40, $50,000 per month. And when you sign a contract to spend $50,000 per month on advertising, you can buy packages of advertising that is worth 2x that, sometimes even 3 times that value. So you're getting 100 to 150,000 a package because you're guaranteeing for 1 year, 2 year, 3, 5 years that you are going to spend $50,000 per month. So we'll have TV ads, billboards. When we get that big, no one can touch us.